We are back. Editing me just wants to tell you that the commentary is going to be a little late on this one. The recording messed up and it's hard for me to fix. So it's going to be light commentary. I'm sorry, but the regular commentary will be back in
We
the
meet
next
again,
episode.
traveler. Have you found another one of our missing ciphers? Or a volume of the numinous grimoire, perhaps?
I found Cypher Nephlin dead. A note by her body led me to a strange book. It also mentioned you.
I feared the worst when Nelfin dropped out of sight. Strange things have been going on around here. Seems I was right to be worried. You mentioned a strange book. Was it the Numinous Grimoire, Volume 3?
That's right. It is one of the books you're looking for.
The Numinous Grimoire is dangerous. At a casual glance, it's illegible. But if you study it long enough, its meaning becomes clear. And you go mad. Nelfin should have known that. Leave the book with me, and I'll put it away. Safely this time.
Very well. Here's the book.
I didn't know Cypher Nelfin well, but she deserved better. I must give this matter my attention. Who would want the Numinous Grimoire, and why? Thank you for bringing back this volume. Here, a small reward for your trouble. A strange tale. Why would this mysterious A kill a cipher who did as they asked? What's behind the promise to read the book together? Well, if you find any other dead ciphers or missing books in your travels, come tell me.
I want to know more about the missing
That makes
ciphers.
two of us. There must be a connection between these ciphers. Something they have in common, but I do not know what it is. Which missing cipher do you want to know about?
Can you tell me more about Nephlin?
Nelfin was new here. A Nord, cheerful and trusting. Many of us ciphers are absorbed in our own interests, unwilling to concern ourselves with others' troubles. Yet Nilfin was happy to help with any chore. Some took advantage of that.
Took advantage of that. How?
I knew ciphers who asked Nelfin to do things they didn't want to do themselves. Fetch books from dangerous spots, or ask favors of prickly Daedra. She was eager to please, and far too trusting. What else would you like to know?
Alright, we're going to continue on with Xander.
Ah, there you are. Come, let's talk. I'm ecstatic. Ebullient, even.
Ebullient. That's a new word for me. I'm glad you're happy. I'm going to rob you of all your possessions. Hope you don't mind. Just gonna help myself.
Incredible. Somehow, my experiment seems to have created a new, previously unseen mystic phenomenon. One frayed fate consumed the other by means and for reasons unknown. I'd be even happier if it didn't want me dead. Ha!
You're excited that you created a thing that wants you dead?
Yes. I mean, would I prefer this adversary enjoy a strenuous argument over a pot of tea? Without a doubt. But you have to understand, I believe the Fate Weaver experiment was an abject failure.
So the fact that the experiment created anything is exciting to you.
Indubitably. And mark me well, this discovery would not have been possible without your insights and abettance. We make a superlative research duo, you and I. I haven't had a competent cohort in some time.
Well, thanks, Xander. So are you going to continue to look into this adversary?
I must. My fate is still frayed after all. It must be restored and this dark being dealt with. But now, a question for you. Would you be willing, if you have the time and inclination, to continue our collaboration?
Sure, let's keep working together on your project.
Together, my new cohort, we began the work of understanding the nature of fate. We put an old friend to rest. And someday soon, we'll repair the key. But for now, accept my promised coin with enthusiastic thanks. Onward and upward! Together, cohort, we will accomplish stupendous things, remarkable things, for research!
Cipher Drayla, congratulations! Today is the day you begin your ascent into the inner ranks of our order. But first, I need you to retrieve Volume 2 of the Numinous Grimoire from the main library. Bring it to me at the spot I told you of. I have devised a way to read it safely, but I require your assistance. Together we'll plumb its forbidden secrets. I am proud of you. Make sure you do not tell anyone else about this special task. We must keep it this little secret from Cipher Plitus. She would not understand. A.
Another chance at perfection.
On Horrorstones, these notes will one day become a treatise on the subject of Horrorstones and the magic behind it, provided that I find time to eventually turn them into something of publishable quality. Horror storms are arcane weather events created from the mix of Ice Reach Coven magic and ancient vampiric alchemy. They strike without warning, leaving death and worse in their wake. I have seen the devastation left behind by these supernatural storms. The forces called forth can kill or transform the living caught within them into near mindless shells we've come to call the Horror. Though some become a new kind of feral vampire we now refer to as Harrow fiends. Of course, not everyone exposed to the storms suffers from one of these afflictions, but I have yet to determine any rhyme or reason as to who dies, who transforms, and who walks away unscathed. As I continue my research into the phenomenon, I can say that with some certainty that the Harrow storms are created via some sort of reach magic ritual. The ritual uses various arcane components, including some of the fetish, or totem, and an alchemic mixture, in addition to a ritualistic chant to focus and unleash the magic. I still have no idea whether the resulting afflictions represent the ultimate goal of the horror storms, or if they're just an unfortunate result of some insidious purpose. Nor do I know for certain who is behind the supernatural events. More research is required to determine how the storms go about killing or transforming their victims, and whether or not there may be a way to restore what was taken from them. Time will tell.
Interesting place. I'll take some notes and try not to gulp.
Reach Huntingheim. The chase begins like a song, paws pounding through the leaves, wings tearing against thorns. The shadows of the elk loom, the shadows of the elk looms. The endless fear beckons, your fear smells sharp and thrilling. I was reading that thing. The endless forest beckons, your fear smells sharp and thrilling. To be hunted is to be alive, to be tested and worthy. Run, little rabbit, run. Your skin would make such a prize. Feel the tear of teeth that flesh. The hunting grounds await you. The hunting grounds await you. The endless forest beckons. Your fear smells sharp and thrilling. To be hunted is to be alive, to be tested and worthy. To be tested and worthy.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Disaster. Disaster! We're losing centuries of work. Beware, stranger. Madness stalks Squire's Wind. Most of my fellow ciphers are lost. The Hush has taken them, and the Daedra of the Wind have turned on those few of us who kept our minds. They killed mortals who have worked here for decades.
What is this place?
Squire's Wind is a scriptorium. Here, the Great Eyes Daedra binds secrets into tomes. Ciphers like me help with this sacred task, preparing materials, ink, blank pages, bindings. But the new scrolls Cipher Sabinius brought to the Wind are corrupt.
Corrupt how?
The scrolls give off a maddening aura. Sabinius left several hidden in the Wind. We need to destroy them and make sure Sabinius has no more. The Hush will take me if I go back, but an outsider like you should be able to resist. Can you help me?
Sure, I'll destroy the corrupted scrolls and find Cipher Sabinus.
You'll find the corrupted scrolls hidden within Squire's Wind. Sabinius is in there too. We can't leave him with any scrolls, blank or corrupt. And watch out for Cipher Gellin. He's a clever alchemist, but I saw the Hush take him. He's dangerous.
You mentioned something called the Hush. What is that?
Many mortals find their way to Apocrypha, but few find their way home again. The secrets and insights of the Great Eyes realm fill the mind, crowding out that which makes us, us. We call it the Hush, and those it takes, the hushed.
Are the hushed lost forever?
Yes. The secrets they take into their minds change them. Their bodies mold themselves to follow. They become warped. Most hushed go about in silence, lost in their own delusions, but others can lash out in unprovoked violence at any time.
I've met some ciphers. What did they do in the Quarry's Wind?
We assist Hermaeus Mora's Daedric servants in the creation of books holding secrets. The Seekers compose the texts, Mortals help prepare the materials. Sometimes, after decades, a mortal is allowed to work as a copyist in the scriptorium itself.
Why would the Cipher sabotage Chorus Win?
I don't know, but I don't think this is his plan. A Cipher would never betray the Great Eye, and Sabinius has never shown any hints of madness or dangerous ambitions. Either he made a terrible mistake, or someone else put him up to it.
Can you tell me more about Corey's Win?
Many of the books you see in Apocrypha are echoes of books that exist elsewhere. But scriptoriums, such as Choir's Wine, are where the Great Eye's Daedric servants, seekers usually, write down forbidden things. Black books, for example.
Black books?
Yes. Each one contains a secret Hermaeus Mora has chosen to tempt or test mortals, as well as a doorway to Apocrypha. Those who study a black book learn something few others know, and they gain access to the Great Eye's domain.
How many black books have you written?
Written? No, that work is reserved for the seekers. Mortal scribes in the wine simply prepare materials. Rare ink, special parchment and leather, alchemical glue. I've spent years brewing the ink for a single page of a book I will never read.
Red Eagle's song. Remember, remember, child of the Reach. Foylin's bloody story. Remember, remember, child of the Reach. Red Eagle's final glory. Shrieking eagles cried his name as he rose from mother's womb. A child born with the blood elk's eye, whose rage spelled Diamond's doom. Despair, despair, as Hestra came, southborn hag of Whitestone Tower, with bands of iron spears and shields. She turned the king hearts black and sour. He warred and howled as seasons passed, slaying the empire's daughter and son. But reached folk fell by arrow and spear, till clan's friends he had none. At last he traded his eagle's heart to the ravens who covet her power. In his breast they planted the briar seed that grows from the corpse's flower. Thousands fell to his flaming sword as the blood sun rose and set. Despite the bite of 100 arrows, he fought till death he met. Let all remember Fallon's rage, for it dwells within the heart of us all. Any who covet the sacred reach will suffer our spears and fall.
Libations are on you next time. Ha! Time for tea, then. twitching tentacles. I'm glad that's done. Derivative. Perhaps a tactical approach. We have an accord. Any more? I need some tea. Where's that impediment? Sounds! A new lead! Let's get after it, cohort!
You've returned. I was worried the lurkers got you. I was beginning to fear the worst. Tell me, did you destroy the corrupted scrolls? And did you find Cypher Sabinius? I can't believe any Cypher would willingly take part in a plot to wreck the work of Choir's Wind.
I burned the corrupted scrolls, but I found Cypher Sabinius dead. He had this blank scroll.
I must examine this and see if there's a way to undo the effects. The Hushed are lost forever, but now that the corrupted scrolls are gone, maybe they'll forget their belligerence. The Daedra too. Thank you. Please accept this reward. think I might wait a while before going inside. I don't know how long it will take the Daedra and Hushed of Quire's Wine to recover from the madness caused by those corrupted scrolls. Or at least calm down.
Cypher, Sabinius had instructions from someone called the First Servant.
First Servant? I thought he was a myth. One of those stories of Apocrypha ciphers sometimes tell each other. But if he's real, his ambitions might lead him to seek out a disaffected cipher in Quire's Wine, such as Sabinius.
So who and what is the First Servant?
A mortal who lived in the days when dragons were worshipped as gods, or so it said. Hermaeus Mora opened Apocrypha to the First Servant, and he's been here ever since, spinning plots and gathering power. Sabinius must have fallen into his web.
So what do we do about the First Servant?
Nothing. By tampering with Quire's Wine, the First Servant set himself against the Great Eye. If Hermaeus Mora still has a purpose for the First Servant, he'll spare him. If not, he'll destroy him. It's out of our hands.
What will you do now?
Assuming things return to normal in Quire's Wine, I'll resume my work assembling the materials needed by the Great Eye's Daedric scribes. And one day, perhaps, I'll be chosen for the ultimate honor.
The ultimate honor?
To work as a copyist or embellisher in the scriptorium. Only a handful of mortals are ever chosen to put quill to parchment in the Great Eye's forbidden tomes. Perhaps I might even earn a glimpse of a black book.
Aren't black books dangerous?
Dangerous? In the wrong hands, perhaps. But each black book is a secret Hermaeus Mora has chosen to give to mortals. A tool that can be used for great change. The Lord of Knowledge has a purpose for everyone he directs his seekers to create.
A lowly cipher by the name of Mina Shea has unwillingly aided in our efforts to access the secrets of the Citadel cloisters. A foothold has been... Go away, writing. A foothold has been made, and Mora's treasured tomes will soon be gathered in the name of our master. Make haste and converge upon the cloisters. Soon we'll have full access.
One goes to the Calamitous Gallery, another to the Logia Infinitum, and the last goes to the Empyrean Ascent. I think that should be all of them. Yes, 1, 2, 3. 3 books. I think. I don't remember. Did I have more? It is probably fine.
I found this missive. Do you know anything about him?
Missive? I don't know anything about a missive, but I could use your help. I seem to have in my possession 3 of my master's tomes with no memory of having taken them. I can't understate the trouble I could be in if he finds they're missing.
You'd be punished for misplacing a few books?
If Hermaeus Mora thinks for even a moment that one of his ciphers is trying to steal knowledge from him, he'd unwrite my very existence without a second thought. Please, the cloisters run amok with danger. Will you help me return these books?
Very well. I'll help you return your books.
Very good. Yes. There are only 3 books. An easy enough task for someone of your stature. Please, follow me. The sidereal cloisters chart the stars to predict our futures. Through orreries and century-spanning studies, the ciphers here weave starlight itself into the fabrics of fate. And because of this, the information in these walls is fiercely protected. I'll admit to slightly embellishing. One can't walk into the cloisters and leave with their fates revealed. No, years of study are required. But
Should one want the secrets of the stars? Their paths and predictions? Well, that must be protected. Oh, books of this sort should not leave the cloisters. In the cloisters, all futures, both possible and impossible, stretch out like a great and terrifying ocean. Foolish people would try to use these books to catch a glimpse of their own fate. Well, they would go mad, of course. Even I fear to look at them outside the sidereal halls. These books, like many books, are too dangerous to leave unguarded. I still don't understand why they... Never mind, let's just return them. The entrance is just up ahead. I'll meet you inside. Yes, hello again. See you in there. We should first visit the Calamitous Gallery. Come this way.
He didn't even make it past the main hall this time. Pitiful. And it seems he has dragged a newcomer along as well. Poor soul. And now this mortal is staring at me like they can actually see me. Like they recognize I'm here. Wait. Can you actually see me? You know I'm here? Astounding. Mortal, I'll speak plainly. I am the Morbid Observer, an overseer that presides over the cloisters. I'm afraid you've stumbled upon a trap in motion. Both myself and all those within the cloisters are stuck in a never-ending cycle. Yes, though soon he'll return. Just know that when he does, he will not be able to see me. I've been kept separate from the others, unseen and unheard. I believe someone tried to steal from the cloisters, and this triggered a magical countermeasure. I assure you that a trap set by Mora himself won't be easy to undo. My best guess is to find the root of its cause, the crime that Minai Shai participated in, though he doesn't seem to remember. But enough talk. The Argonian returns.
Hello, traveler. I hope the main hall isn't too imposing. I assure you, the rest of the sidereal cloisters is far more welcoming. Let me know when... I believe the Calamitous Gallery is our first stop. A ghastly collection of troubling predictions, so please do try to avoid peeking. Best not to worry yourself. Died? I don't know that I did. After all, here I stand in one piece. Though I suppose death can encompass a great many things. A change in self, a departure from the old. Perhaps we can compare notes after we are finished. Meet me in the Calamitous Gallery. It's this way!
He's spirited, to say the least. But he'll grow on you. Or not. He comes back either way.
Tread carefully. The Calamitous Gallery has grown unruly as of late. It's become nearly as dangerous as its prophecies. Everything seems to be so angry at me. Did I do something wrong? I'm with you, cohort. We made it. We just have to place the book back in its proper spot and... Wait, what's that? I've never seen that in here before.
Struck down once again, though he did mention that something seemed different. Come, let us speak. Thanks to you, Minaishai actually made it through the Calamitous Gallery. It's almost cause for celebration, though admittedly the bar is low. Since I am unable to lift the books, I ask that you complete the task before we investigate. I'm sure it would have already, but yet you still stand. You don't happen to have a pact with the Fathomless Prince, do you? Regardless, return the book to its proper spot. Portents of celestial bodies should sit right over there. The sigil of the Great Eye. So this is a trap of Mora's making. Quickly, Traveler, investigate what the Eye has revealed. Fabric. Torn from a robe, perhaps. Though not from one worn by the ciphers here in the cloisters. I do not recognize that pendant sigil. Moreover, ciphers are not permitted personal trinkets while within the cloisters.
The new cipher revealed he was sent here on a secret mission by our fathomless prince, and that he needs my help. I can't believe it. I'd do anything for my master.
Strange. Are those footsteps leading to the bookshelf? Wait. No. They seem to pass right through it.
Do you feel the pull? The spiraling loop of the cycle? Delve deeper if you wish to resolve its unending trial.
A mysterious cipher. How intriguing. Traveler,
Use this portal to return to the main hall. I'll meet you there shortly. Importance and clues. A trap befitting the cloisters. There is no questioning it. Mora has trapped us in this cycle, and these visions are beginning to reveal why. Minai Shai was aiding a new cipher. One that said he worked for Mora himself. A strange cipher bearing an unrecognizable pendant and fabric that does not match the robes of the cloisters. This cipher fooled Minai Shai into unsealing protected tomes, and we've been paying the price this whole time. I'm certain of it.
There you are. I was worried you changed your mind. Come now, we've got books to return. You have a friendly look about you, traveler. Even at a glance, I feel that I can trust you. You must get that a lot. A new cipher? It isn't often someone joins our ranks, but I must say, those that do are often strange in their own ways. Perhaps when we're done here, I can help you find who you're looking for. Strange? Seems I have fewer books to return than I remember. Don't you love when that happens? Onwards to Logia Infinitum.
There he goes. Again. Keep an eye open for any new details that may reveal the identity of this mystery cipher.
I find comfort in Logia Infinitum's vastness. Our prince's knowledge is as infinite as he is caring. To walk these halls is to be held by him. Do be careful. Every tome here is priceless, I assure you. Ah, yes, right here. Just need to return the book back to the correct place. Wait a moment. Traveler, something is wrong here.
Attention here! Hey!
I believe you are starting to understand what I have endured for countless cycles. Return the Encyclopedia Predictionum to its pedestal and see what the sigil will reveal to us. The sigil has revealed more projections, including one of myself. Interesting. So Minai Shai is the one undoing the seals on these tomes. What is this fool up to? An idol of some sort? Though I'm not sure why someone would worship a rat.
These are simple enough seals. Strange that the Cipher couldn't undo these himself. No matter. I'm happy to help my prince.
The cycle turns ever forward, until all that was stolen is returned.
It seems I had a chance to stop him, but acted too slowly. Is this my fault? On to the last book, Traveler. Let us end this.
Let's not dawdle, Traveler. It seems I actually only have one book to return. Here I was, bemoaning the task of returning these books, and it was only the one. I must look like a lazy fool. Still, I appreciate your company. And how grand it must be for you to see the sidereal cloisters in all its glory. Nonsense! I appreciate your aid, Traveler, but it is my duty to see this book returned. To think I played any role in removing them is pain enough. I won't shirk my duties onto a stranger. No offense. You are in for a treat. Onwards to the Empyrean ascent!
With the final book returned, we should finally get the answers we seek.
Prepare yourself for the majesty of the Empyrean ascent, the summit of the Cloister's collections. Get free! Potate! They're all very hostile, aren't they? I'm prone to a short temper myself when a book isn't returned properly. Thank you, Traveler. Now all that is left is to return the book. Wait, this looks odd. I've not seen this in here before.
You should have the honor. Not that I could return the final book myself. More projections? I was certain returning this book would end the cycle. Minai Shai can't possibly know about the divinatory forums. What is he doing here? And who is that cipher?
I have collected all the books our master requested. I do hope this pleases him.
Quick! These tomes need to be brought up to the divinatory forums. Your master commands it.
A cipher, deceived into welcoming in vermin. And all under the nose of a blind observer.
The Great Eye speaks harsh truths, but he is right. Come and speak with me. This mysterious cipher mentioned the divinatory forums, a hidden wing of the cloisters only known to overseers like myself, and a privileged few ciphers. It seems our best course of action is to follow in their footsteps. In order to access the divinatory forums, a cipher must tap into the sigil magic that pulses through the cloisters. You'll have to trace the sigil of the Great Eye and pray that my presence, however tenuous, still allows us access to its halls. It worked. Let us continue into the divinatory forums. Of course, a fourth book and one more potent than the rest. We must return it, Traveler, and stop this intruder at all costs. The Atlas Obscurum? Of course this triggered Mora's trap. My prince would never risk this tome leaving the cloisters. Quickly, we must return it. There, by the Divining Overlook. That is where we must return the Atlas. I'll meet you in there after I ascertain the extent of the cult's damage.
A recipe for book soup. I have no allusions to this recipe having any flavor, only that it is the closest I can get to making a palpable soup. Begin by tearing pages from a book and finely shredding them. The smaller the pieces, the smoother the soup's texture. Next, add the book bindings to a cauldron and begin to boil. The goal is to break down the binding glue and soften the leather. Once the cauldron has reached a rolling boil, you can start removing the leather bindings. Be sure to scrape any remaining glue back into the cauldron. The broth, which should look like... lately we've taken to adding foot wraps and shirts to the broth in order to pull out the salt from our sweat. Wood from broken bookshelves makes the wonderful aromatics, along with any feathered quills. Get creative. While the broth is seasoned, begin to chop the leather book bindings into thin, short strips. They should be easy to cut from the initial boiling. These strips will be the meat of the soup. Done properly, the texture is chewy in a not too unpleasant way. Once you've done filleting the bindings, remove your aromatics and seasoned cloths and replace with your fillet leather. Continue to cook the broth until a binding strip can be ripped by one's teeth. Now add the finely shredded pieces of paper and stir until your eyes glaze over and the hunger is about to consume you. There should be ample time for the paper to have broken down into a potato-like texture. Serve and enjoy.
You only...
Return the atlas.
I will. Come, you will obey me now. More secrets remain.
This is it, Traveler. The moment the cycle was triggered, trapping us here. Minai Shai, wait! We can't allow him access to the Atlas.
Wait, you're no cipher. I won't allow you to steal these books. I won't.
The divinatory forums are at my fingertips, Master Periite. All that is left is to steal the Atlas.
None escape my eye, nor my judgment. Deceiver and deceived alike. With knowledge secured and lesson learned, the cycle is broken. The faithful are made whole.
The books? They're trying to steal? Wait, is it over? Were the books returned?
Yes, Minai Shai. They've been returned. Come, let us speak in the main hall where it is safer.
Wait, I died? And you were conscious the whole time? This is a lot to take in. How long were we trapped in this cycle?
I'm unsure how long the cycle lasted. It could have been an eternity. And yes, you died. A great many times, in fact.
You did it! You ended the cycle! I'm slowly starting to remember everything. And yes, that includes all my deaths. But best not to dwell on that now. Thank you for everything you have done for me. For us. Yes, thank you for freeing us from this trap. To think my prince would go to such lengths to protect the knowledge kept here. A harsh punishment, but I must not question my master. It isn't much, but I want you to have this. Thank you, friend. My time here in the cloisters has been enlightening. I think, after all this, it'd be nice to stretch my legs and explore the plane. I'll do my best to avoid mad cultists and traps, I promise. Oh, certainly. It has been a privilege to work within these halls. And besides, it's been a while since I've been able to properly conduct my role as a cipher. Imagine all the predictions that have piled up while we were trapped.
Strange. I had forgotten the smell of dusty divinations. In fact, I can't remember the last book I read. It's been ages since I could pick one up.
If you would like, I could offer a few suggestions. Some of my favorites, perhaps.
That would be appreciated, Minai Shai. Though perhaps, let me collect them this time. Minai Shai is back, and I'm whole again. This may take some getting used to. I have grown quite used to speaking my thoughts out loud and going unheard, but silence is a virtue in a place like this. It might sound strange, but I think I'd like to read. I was surprised by how torturous it was to be surrounded by this knowledge and be unable to access it. Yes, that's what I will do. I'll sit down and read. How comforting.